Hey everybody! Hey everybody! No, you gotta go to zero. Mute yours. Okay. Hey! We gonna do this a third time.
Third time's the charm.
Right. Ooh, 3, 4. Okay. Hey, welcome to the Perfect Pair with I am Tangerine.
I'm Marty.
And today is our special love edition, Valentine's Day.
I know. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody.
Like this has been a great day, a great weekend.
It has. I mean, it's only what? 2 o'clock?
It's only 2 o'clock, and we
good.
both are just like feeling really good. Decorations around the house.
Around the house, you know, he's dressed up a little bit today for the holiday. As y'all can see, I curled my hair.
And the way she curled it was just fabulous. Like, yeah, I got to watch it. But before, because we do got a special show and we want to get to the meat of it, we gonna start off with drinks. So while we make drinks, we'll get all the ingredients and then we'll talk to y'all.
Yes, and we're going to have a pink Cadillac. I posted the ingredients and recipe. I put a picture of the recipe and the cocktail up yesterday online. We're having a pink Cadillac. You know what? Page 28 in Shake and Enjoy. We did something, but we just gonna keep right on going, y'all. Okay, so in this cocktail, this is a tequila cocktail. Yes. So, and if you notice that we have this this bouquet of Jello shots here.
They are. It's like little orange slices.
But the Jello is inside. So the Jello shots have tequila as well. Okay.
I'm trying to eat them ladylike.
I don't think it's a ladylike way to eat Jello shots. I don't think it's a
My parents is watching.
Okay. Okay, so don't slurp. Just figure it out.
How to get married.
Don't do that.
Sorry, Mom and Dad. It was funny to me. I thought it was pretty funny. These are really good. I tasted it on that last one.
What did you taste on the last one?
I tasted tequila.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. We got to slow down. I already know. I already see what this Valentine's Day show is about to be about, but we won't be doing all the talking, so that's good.
Exactly. So that means we'll have more time to do what, people?
Drink. And we know what happens when the drink.
Yes. It's a little comical around here. So we're going to have 2 ounces of tequila. And because I'm making ours together, that'll be 4. Okay, for the people that didn't have third grade math. Okay.
Or you can always put like just because
you know if Chandra is pouring, if Tangerine is pouring over here, you know, just go with what feels right, folks. Okay, that works for her. As for me and my household, we follow.
Maybe when we have seconds, I get to make it.
Yeah, she always.
I thought I was gonna make it today.
Recently, she has been making the second
have been delish.
I'm not getting involved in this. Then we're going to have 2 ounces of sour mix. And we have our producer back with us this week. So we are happy about this.
Thank you
for this very special episode.
Y'all know we were lost yesterday last week, and I was struggling on what to put in. I didn't know when to.
Yeah, it was like that was our first time, but we made it through.
She saved us.
We're glad she's back. And then we're going to have 1 ounce of triple sec.
I left my phone on the floor. I'll be back.
She left it on the floor, folks.
It's charging. I have to keep holding this. I don't want to drop it. I'm back. Just getting text messages. Make sure everything is set up. The topic title today. So our topic title is
a lifetime love.
A lifetime love.
What happened?
Huh?
What happened? You was waiting on me?
Yes, I was. You did. I was about had to make something up.
Sorry, folks.
I was about to call it Keeping Up with the Joneses.
She wanted to say that so bad.
I love saying that.
She wanted to say that so bad. And then we're going to have 2 ounces of cranberry juice. And she brought my favorite cranberry juice, which is Everfresh.
I know the favorites. Hey, Alex, what's going on? Hey, y'all know I can't see this far. We got to.
Okay, hold on.
Don't worry, I'm about to pull it up on my phone.
She's about to pull it up on her phone because she can't stand not being able to see the comments. She can't stand it.
Because then I feel like I'm getting close like this, and I don't want to get close.
Okay.
Ooh, thank you.
Listen, y'all better behave. That's all I can say. Behave.
I'm always behaving.
Okay, so what I did in my fancy hood, I put some pink salt on top of the glasses. I ran both glasses with pink Himalayan salt. I didn't know what your situation was with the salt, so I didn't put that much on yours.
Oh, I mean, I'm with it. Well, however you make it. Hey, Rod. Hey, Michelle. Thank y'all for tapping in. Is that on there or just? Oh yeah, I can see. Okay, it's so far.
Hey, Sean. Thank you.
Thanks, Sean, boo.
Hold on, because y'all know she's gonna go crazy if I got more in my glass than her.
Might as well make the second one. And the third one, she might as well just, while we talk, she might as well just make some more.
Okay.
So thank you, everybody, for all the compliments. We love it. So this is, let's toast. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day. Yep.
This is it.
Just how I like it.
I'm ready to start laughing.
Alcohol. Yep. Alcohol, a little salt. Yep. A little ice.
Oh, next time let's try it with sugar. Yes. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody.
I'm sugar.
I like sugar because I'm so sweet.
Oh Lord. Take us all. Take us all.
So we just about to be moving on. We're not gonna do the segments how we normally do.
We don't have any current events. The current event right now, folks, is Valentine's Day.
And this is the day of love. So yes. I hope you with the people that you love, that love you.
And if you can be with the one you love, as Luther Vandross said, love the one you with.
Hello. But, even if it's just like a friend, your girl, your family. But love is beautiful.
Yes.
So we about to just jump on. Yes, I said it, Tay. I don't know. I'm feeling good. And this is good too. So let's hop over to She's Pressed because we're gonna do this expeditiously. This week I tried something different. How Marti has been posting drinks every week to let you all know what's the drink of the week. I posted a set of Neos. So I'm gonna try to do that the set of the week.
Okay.
So I don't have a name, so you all can help me with a name. But I have them on today, and I'm so excited. I never wear nails, like in real life. I glue these on. Like usually for the show, I use the tabs, put them on, pop them off after the show. That's the beauty of She's Press on nails. You could just have them for an event, but I glue these on because I want to be sexy all weekend.
All weekend.
All weekend.
So at midnight.
But I'm on vacation all week. It's never over for me.
Shout out to dang.
So for all my teachers that's on vacation, I hope everybody just gets some rest and relaxation because it's been rough. And we are back to school face to face. So this vacation is needed. Y'all just have no idea.
And thanks to everybody for the compliments. We just thought we'd do something different. Actually, y'all know it was really out of my comfort zone, but she's always the fabulous one here.
You are fabulous too.
I just come to hang out.
You showed me about sock curls. You showed me how to put the belt. It's like cheetah print with the print. I mean, this is fabulosity. Just on a whole different wavelength.
I'm itching to get outside, y'all. I just want to get outside.
I'm getting outside.
And while you all are joining and getting your cocktails together for the show, can you please share this broadcast with your friends on your page? Maybe you all can have a watch party for this hour and a half that we're going to have together. going to be some really good information, good insight here from a couple that has been married for 47 years.
It will be 47 years in September.
47.
So I mean, that's a blessing.
47.
And the thing that I love about it, they still like each other.
See, that's what this show is about. We're going to find out how are we going to do this. So, without further ado,
I would like to introduce my fabulous parents. I call them Mom and Dad. You all can call them Mr. and Mrs. Jones, or Big Mom, Papa J. But they are here to tell us how they made it, being together 50 years, married 47 years. They raised 2 beautiful daughters. They have grandkids, and we see the foundation that they set. So since it's Valentine's Day and this is the love edition, why not bring on a team that has exemplified love in everything that they do, and success and respect for each other, which is a big thing. Y'all know we not married, but you know, we hope to be married. So we are taking notes. So yes, you do. It's in your future.
I just wanted the information.
It's right, but you want the information for something. I want to be married.
I just like to know stuff.
And she about to know how to keep them 47 years and keep them happy. So, hey, Mommy, Daddy.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
Okay, how are you all?
Yes.
We're doing a Tony Tiger great.
Is that your way? That's what I'm talking about. Y'all see where I get my fabulosity from. So what I want y'all to do, Daddy, take the camera and move the computer a little bit away from you so we can get Mom. Let's cut Mom off a little bit. Just a little bit. Oh, yes, perfect. Now we see both of y'all.
There you go.
Are y'all matching?
They are matching.
You know how we do. Always on one accord.
That's what I'm talking about. Always matching. If y'all ever seen my parents out, they will match, and we all have to match as a collective when we are all out together. So just know this is another symbol of what love is. You got to match.
Okay.
Do you like matching in relationships?
No, I don't like matching in relationships.
I like coordinating.
I don't.
I'm sorry.
Just put your clothes on.
So let's get started.
So do we want to kick it off with one of the questions? We did send them some questions that we had, and we will be taking questions from the viewing audience. So if you have any questions, feel free to type them in, and we'll try to get them over to this wonderful couple so they can answer them, because I'm sure we're not the only people that have the questions, okay?
Okay.
I just love my mama.
I do too. To all the fans out there.
If y'all ever wonder where I get my extras from, bam. Do you want to have a drink today?
Yes.
Okay.
What?
Now, first of all, I just want to thank you guys. My husband wants to introduce us, so go ahead.
First of all, I would like to thank you all, the perfect pair, for having us on your show. Second, I would like to say I am nervous. But yeah, we're gonna get through this with that pink Cadillac drink. All right. Okay. Number one is Happy Valentine's Day to you, and Happy Valentine's to my lovely wife here. And I just want to say, you know, I hope this interview turned out well on my behalf, because I know my wife is going to do great. And I would like for you all to continue what you're doing. Don't stop. Get it, get it, get it.
Don't stop. Get it. Hey. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. And first, I would like to say, my wife and I, we met each other back when we were, you know, in high school. We went to junior prom, senior prom. Yes, junior prom, senior prom. I first saw her over a cousin of mine. She was rehearsing for an upcoming talent show. She was a singer, and I saw her and I said, "Whoa, I really like her." But I didn't see her again for another 2 months. And when I saw her, she was walking down the hallway at Southwestern, the big SO. She was walking down the hallway and she walked up to the guy that was standing next to me. And she said, hey, I'm giving my girlfriend a birthday party. Would you like to come to my friend? And he said, yes. And I was standing there and she said, oh, would you like to come? Give me your address. What it was back in the day, the only way you can get out and party was you had to have an invitation where you could show your parents so you can go out. It wasn't just no up and fly.
Look at that.
It wasn't up and fly with Mama Jones. I'm going to tell you, you had to have an invitation to go anywhere, and you had to dress proper and look nice, comb your hair, had the bomb fro back in the day. Had the bomb fro back in the day.
I saw it in your pictures. I did see it.
Yeah. Now, I have a tendency to over talk, but I'm going to slow it down. I'm going to slow it down right here, and I'm going to let my luscious wife take over from there.
Before we start and having fun, I just want to thank you, ladies, and tell you how you touched my heart. And I feel so blessed and I'm humble that you, Chandra, and Marty think enough of us that you asked us to come on the show and explain our love and how we survived 50 years. And I'm just blessed and thankful for that. And I promised I wasn't going to get emotional, but it touches my heart that you think enough of us that you wanted us to share our story. So I just want to make sure everyone out there knows that I love my children and I'm touched. And this is our personal story and things that we have done to sustain our relationship. So thank you and happy Valentine's to everyone.
Happy Valentine's.
Thank you.
So let me get y'all back on track.
Okay.
So Daddy was saying he met you at a party or at the school. I got lost.
No, he met her he saw her at the school.
And then she invited him
to the party.
And he was so cool. He was so cool. I said, would you like to come? May I have your address? And he said, give me your phone number, baby. I said, oh, he tried to be smooth. So I did. And I did.
I would have shut him down.
I can't. I just wanted to let everyone know that we both had perfect examples for love. You know, both of our parents were married, and it helped out. And to let you know, without any joking, that God is the head of our life. And because of that, we had like minds. Thomas grew up in the church. I grew up in the church. So I knew that I had to have a God-fearing man that I knew who loved God, and that way he would love me. So when he was trying to be cool, I was sinning. I had another boyfriend that called me on my private line, and Tom would call me on my mama's line. But he cleared that up very, very
soon. In now.
Yeah.
My language.
Yeah, so I'll let him talk. I can't go on.
Yeah, she have a tendency to overdo it sometimes. She said she had a boyfriend and then talking to me on another line. Well,
but guess who won?
Guess who won? All right. Now,
exactly.
All right. Getting back to us.
I don't want to talk about that.
You know, this is my best friend.
Yeah.
This is my motivator. This is my strength and my guns. I couldn't ask for nothing more than her. Her mom and dad, you know, they raised her right, and to find a woman that had her parents involved in their life, you know, as well as mine involved in mine. I saw positive. How would I say that? Positive things in our future. And I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say, because you said that's your best friend. Was it important for you all to be friends or best friends first?
Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. You know, one of you guys sent a question and it says, did you have a list? I mean, everyone, male and female, have a list of what they want in that perfect mate. And like I said earlier, God-fearing man. And, there was a physical attraction. And it was totally different with me and Thomas because, I was playing a game. And then in talking to him, we had so much in common. And yeah, I was
Player,
fly.
player.
I was fly. And it let me know that able to talk, opposites attract. Now, mind you, we were on two different wavelengths and things were very interesting. So we would talk a lot because back in the day, we didn't have the money that we had now. So we couldn't just go out like you guys do today. So we would do the movies and we do the park, and he come over my house and I go over his house. Now, mind you, I came from a two-parent and it was just myself and a younger brother. And when I first met Tom and his family, it was like, wow. It was what, eight plus mom and dad. And I was like, this is really different. And to see the love of the family and how they accepted me made me feel really good. So in answering to your question, yes, we were friends. We could talk about anything, do anything together, and that's what has sustained us to this day.
Yes.
This is my ace boon coon.
Pride and joy.
Everybody know that you don't mess with Tom unless you want to deal with Sherry.
They don't want them problems, trust me. They do not want those problems.
They don't want no problems. Yes. So
So that I think that's very important because I think it's very important that you shared that piece that you weren't only talking to Thomas, but you all had a connection. So whoever this other person was, they couldn't hold a candle to the connection that you were experiencing with Thomas.
You got that right.
I say that to say, it's okay if you're a little undecided in the beginning, people out there in the world, but you have to acknowledge a real thing when it happens to you. Don't try to, keep trying to figure it out or, continue to be flat. That's my problem.
Exactly.
I continue to want to be flat. So you have to know that this is what you are looking for. This is the person that God has sent for you.
Right.
So I think that was very important that you let us all know that, sometimes things happen.
It does.
Yeah.
And in a relationship, I feel love is very important. And with that love, you develop trust. Because of that trust, you make a commitment. You accept that person, which is very important. You cannot change a person. When you go into a relationship, you have to accept that person for the way he or she is. Everything will fall in.
You can't alter stuff? Can you alter
stuff? All the time. You have to think first, like I said, God. Then there's trust, which happens because we communicate. And because of the communication, we have respect. And the most important thing that my mother taught me is that you don't let nobody in your business. And you don't tell nobody how good your man is or your woman is to you. All that is private. And that's private.
Yes. With me, I've always been a very mild young man. I've always felt like my life, I should always be a pleaser to all. I don't like a lot of drama in my life, and my wife, she shows me all of that. No drama, no profanity, because in our relationship, we really don't allow profanity. Profanity stimulates anger. And once the anger is involved in the picture, there's no more communication. Because the words you say hurt. That's one reason people say, think about what's coming out of your mouth before you say it, because you could hurt somebody to the point that there's no turning back.
Right.
The tongue is one of the strongest things on the planet. Believe me. So, because it can make you hate or it can make you love. So always try and think about what you're saying to others before you verbally express yourself. And if anything possible, kindness, if you exercise kindness in your everyday life, it becomes so easy. So easy. You don't even know that you're showing love, and people think you're strange. But try showing kindness in your everyday life and you'll be okay.
You know, I got to interject there and tell you something that my husband, he brought this into our relationship about anger and cursing each other. Because even back in the 70s, we were through the movement. You know, I just saw that movie yesterday when Black Panthers, and I wanted to be right on, brother, sister. And Tom did not like the N-word. And that was in the early 90s. So I couldn't go around it in. And, but let you know, we never directed our words to each other. I never called him out his name, never called him an MF or A, always respectfully Tom. And like he said, when you don't exercise anger and profanity, it makes you relax. But mind you, we, like everyone else, are different people, and we had spats, but he never put his hands on me. My daddy always told me nobody else will whoop you but me. And I believe that, and trust me, Roscoe is right up there. So I don't worry about none of that, you know. But I think the honesty and able to communicate, and one thing because of that, we never ever go to bed angry. I don't care how heated it gets. I don't care how we fuss.
And that is some of the best love. Ooh. So you know we got mad twice. One with Kai and one with Sean.
I appreciate it. She does it. I do.
Y'all didn't say it so much. Like, I've been wanting to interject so many times. Of course, Kyra is coming, and one thing, so I'm gonna say a couple things, and then I want y'all to recap. So one thing my sister put in there is kind of explicit, but we know this kids aren't for here, is we were always taught, especially my nana, my mom's mom, blood is thicker than water, but cum is thicker than blood. So your mate is the person that you stick with the closest.
Okay.
So when you were saying keep everybody out your business,
let me tell you this. I'm going to tell you, if for those of you that are married, have been married, and know what marriage is, the vows come from God. And I said that first. And one of the first things he said, and I think it's in, I can't quote Bible verses, but I think it's in Ephesians, where when you become a mate, you forsake all others, mother, father, sister, brother, cousin. It's only him and me. Only to him I enthrone my love. And that way, you don't discuss your problems. You don't talk about your problems unless you really need it. So my go-to person, and bless her soul, I wish she was here, would be my mother. And like I said earlier, she told me, never tell your girls how good your man is, and don't tell your girls how he pisses you off, because what does that do? Especially with this new generation, they'll move on in. And those that knew me back in the day, you could try it if you want to.
Yeah.
what you gonna do? What you gonna do if they try your mama? Tell us.
Yeah.
You know, I'll give y'all some examples later, but keep everybody out your business, and I'm serious. You don't discuss that, because if you go to your parents, and that's why I love my mother-in-law. I tell you, I got the best mother-in-law in the world. I can talk to her about anything, but what I didn't do was take any BS. I don't do that, because we can solve it ourselves because of our communication. Real quick, and I'm going to shut up. When I was in school pledging, one thing they taught us, and
what did you pledge?
I'm sorry?
What did you pledge?
Delta Sigma Theta. And one thing I learned from them, because it's a group of women that get together and they want to teach you sisterhood, is that we used to have these lemon squeezes. And real quickly, what that is, I took it into my relationship, is that you get rid of the children, you get rid of friends, and it's just you and him. And we got our favorite drink, and we have a time clock, piece of paper, and a pencil. We set the time, flip a coin, who's going first. Whoever goes first has 10 minutes to say what's on their mind, what messed them up that day or that week, where they're upset. You have to be quiet, but you can make notes. After that 10 minutes, I have 5 minutes to rebut or bring up something into that. And you keep going until the issue that's brought to the table is resolved. It may take 1 hour, it may take 2 hours, but that again goes back to what I said earlier, communicate. You must be able to talk.
Okay, and
Go ahead.
I also feel, within the marriage, when you first, say your vows, you have to face the fact that you're standing at the altar and you're not promising not only your mate that you're going to do this, you're promising your God that you are willing to take care of this person for better, for worse, for richer, for poor, for sickness and in health. This is a commitment that you actually make to your spiritual leader. Right. And it's something that you have to take heed before you do it.
Yes.
Okay. Y'all done said a lot. And so remember, I'm about to go back and ask some questions on stuff they said. But remember, if anybody has a question, let us know. Just type it in. So one thing that you mentioned earlier, it was a question that we all sent you, was a list. So, we always got that perfect list that the perfect person who's going to be in our life is going to have all 79 things on this list. Did you all have a list? And if you did each other check off 100%, or how did you work that?
You go first.
Okay. First of all, the list. If you accept a person, first of all, if there's that physical attraction, because there has to be something that put you and that person together. So if there's that attraction and you have something and you feel it's strong and they're under the same box that you're in, so there it is. It's the love. I know he cared for me. He was God-fearing. I knew he could take care of me, and I knew he had aspirations for the future the same as mine. However, if you have a list of 10 and they meet 3, does that mean you shouldn't talk to that person?
Yes.
Because you're not perfect. What are you bringing to the table? You know what I'm saying?
Wait. You gotta learn to talk.
Go ahead.
If they only got 3 and you got 10, that's a 30%. Anytime 30%, that's a failure.
Hey, I'm an accountant, Chandra. I did 33 years as a revenue agent with Internal Revenue Service. However, what that tells me is that God was number one in my life, and I knew he was God-fearing. He was cute. Oh, your daddy had the most sexy eyes back in the day. And
I still got him today. I see the same thing.
He treated me with utter respect, and I knew he cared and loved me, and I knew he could take care of me. So what else is there? He could take care of me. I don't have to worry about starving. I can talk to him. He made me feel good, do good, be good. That was my all in all. And I knew the other things would come that weren't there.
Okay. And for me, it was my mom and dad showed me a very good example of a married couple. I never saw them fuss. I never saw them fight. I saw them argue, but I never saw them verbally degrade each other. I never saw them fight.
Right.
And this is something that on my list, I was looking for in my woman. In my wife, I was looking for a non-violent woman. I was looking for somebody that had a heart, that knew how to love and to care. And if you had children, to be a decent mother for the children, a good upbringing. And these are the things that I saw in Sherry, because her mom and dad, and I met her mother and father, at a young age too. And I could see that she was a God-fearing young lady, and she had the qualities that I needed in my life. Somebody that could help strengthen me, somebody that was really a guiding light in my life, where I could just, I could feel free to walk, not by myself, but she always walked with me. This is my friend. This is my partner. This is my history right here, and I love her dearly. I do.
Okay, so then, did she check off every box on your list, or the majority and none?
Okay, I'm gonna just say this. I'm gonna say 2 things.
I think he answered the question.
Did he?
He said that when he saw Sherry, he said when he saw her, he knew that she would be good, a good woman with the children that they were going to bring into this world. Okay. He knew that she was going to support him. She was non-violent. I was listening.
Oh, but my mom was a handle on her own. That was it. She was
He knew that she wasn't going to be violent towards him or in that relationship.
Right.
I was listening. I was listening, Daddy Jones. I was listening.
I see.
Anything else?
I am going to say one thing that I have taken from y'all is arguing. Like, I'm not a big arguer because I do know once you say something, you can't take that back. You can apologize. You can try to make it right, but the damage is done. And I know I'm very sensitive. So, and I do know I have a tongue that can cut. So I don't want to cut the person that I'm with, nor do I want them to cut me. So that is some advice that I do take. I'll be quiet. We can talk about this later. Come back to it. But I did take that.
And I'm going to take that nugget from you all because I'll be ready.
Right. Because, I mean, things happen because we're different people. We come from different backgrounds. We do things differently. So, yeah, there were arguments. There were heated arguments, but we had to remember, like I said, you never call him out as a name, and he never called me out my name. So when I would get angry, I would throw things. I would slam doors. But I had you two to think about, and I didn't want you and Kyra to see any violence and think that was the way a woman was supposed to be treated.
Excellent. Yeah.
That was good.
I totally agree with that.
And I think we saw nothing but love. Like, it wasn't perfect. It was arguments, but everything was handled respectful. Right. And I think that's where both me and Kyra get it from. We not about to take no mess, but we not about to get no mess either. So
right. That's the way to do it.
Okay.
Okay. So we have a question, and audience, feel free to this might be your one shot to get a good piece of advice. So if you have any questions, you better shoot them on here because we might have them on later on in the year again, so they can do a recap and just give us some refresher tips. But if today you have anything on your mind, you better say it. You better ask the questions because we have some people here that have been doing the work and they are successful in this marriage thing. I know some of us are trying to get married, want to get married, don't want to get married, but ask the questions when the opportunity presents itself. Don't be afraid, people. Ask the questions.
Oh, thank you.
So what I want to ask, when did you know that you had to be with Sherry or that you had to be with Thomas?
Okay, I knew I had to be with her. Okay. Let me just say this first. It's kind of funny, but I knew I had to be with her because I had never engaged in another relationship with a girl prior to her.
Oh,
and we were in a parking lot at old Kmart's in Lincoln Park on Outer Drive. And we kissed, and when we kissed, back then, we were with sex, drugs, rock and roll, and it wasn't just a kiss or a French kiss. We bust slob.
I'm going to check this show. This is a good show.
We bust slob, and from that day, she was my wife.
You put your tongue in my mouth.
You my wife.
I was married now.
I was married now. What is you?
I remember that story. I was like, what is this? He was she was
yeah, back in the day. Yeah.
Was it the same day for you? It was the same day for you, Miss Jones?
No. She said no comment.
I didn't believe he was gonna say that. Oh my God.
we did back in the
Tyra
day.
said, "Stop lying, Daddy."
Huh?
Tyra said, "Stop lying, Daddy."
Well, you know, I'm not lying. You know, our relationship, I wouldn't lie about nothing pertaining to our relationship. I wouldn't lie about that. You know, but the terms we used back then, you know, is totally different than now. We use words like cool, copacetic,
Square business.
square business.
Wait a minute. Let me tell
You
y'all
know.
a funny story. The first time Tom came over to my house, Thomas was different than all the guys I used to date. I used to date, never went with anybody.
Everybody know my daddy was from Tennessee. My mama born and raised in Detroit, so it's a little bit.
Yeah. Tom was a Southern gentleman, and it was different than the fast guys in the city that I was used to. However, I forgot my point. I was going to tell you something about the bush and slough.
Oh, you said it's different.
I want to know.
Oh, and the things he said. So he came over to my house. Yeah, he had come over to my house, and my mom answered the door, and she said, "I'm sorry, Chip ain't here." He said, "I'm here to see Sharon." She said, "You are?" He said, "Square business, Miss Dorsey." my mama said, "Square business." He said, "Yeah, Miss Dorsey, square business. I'm here to see Sherry, not Chip." And I was like, "Oh my God, here I go." My mom and dad didn't play, but it was just funny that he felt so comfortable that he could say what he felt to my parents, and it was out of respect, the way he said it. And he told her, he said, "I mean no disrespect, Miss Dorsey." He said, "But square business, that was the way we talked cool back in the day." So he was different. He never pressured me. You know, back in the day, you remember, well, back in the day, it's probably that way today. You know, guys you go with, you know, they wanted one thing. You know what I'm saying? No matter what, it was all about sex. And Tom never pressured me about that. He said, "When you think you're ready, then we're ready." And I'm going to leave that conversation alone.
Thank you.
It was perfect.
We became husband and wife after that.
Hello, we about to stop. I don't want to hear
Listen, I was with it. I'm with it. So, note to everybody watching this broadcast, I probably need a Southern dude.
You need somebody that respects you.
You
need somebody that respects you and put you on that level.
You have to be open to the goodness. You have to open up your heart.
Right.
It's a song. I just forgot it. Something like "Open Up Your Heart." But yes.
You can't even listen to the stories without getting your feelings. Leave me alone.
But no, you know what? I hear about my parents having sex. That is nasty.
All right, Kenzie. I see you, Kenzie.
You got here. That's how you got here.
We don't talk about that.
Okay. What's your question?
Moving on to the next question.
Let's go with my question.
Yeah.
What's one of mine?
At the bottom.
Oh, this is good. Y'all ready for this?
I'm ready.
I know.
Right. She put her head down like, "Girl, you better not ask." No, but this is thoughts on having friends of the opposite sex.
Oh, that's a no-no in my book. That's a no-no. I'm his friend. Period. When you, like I said earlier, when you get married, you know, you give up everything and you give up everybody. You do have associates that, you know, you let in, but best friend, if I'm your best friend, there's no other woman that you need. And to me, the same thing with a man and a woman. However, we have some associates that are real close, but don't be texting. But see, we didn't have to worry about all that. I don't know how I would have survived in this, what do you call it, electronic texting, and everybody got a separate phone, and I don't know how I would have survived.
She said separate phone. Mama Joe say call on the house phone.
Yeah, call on the house phone.
If you want to talk to him, call on the house phone.
I don't know how you do that. No, my best friend is Thomas Edgar Jones Jr.
And don't say my whole name.
I love you.
My whole name. For me, as far as friends of the opposite sex, I never had them. I've always maintained my distance. Being a man, sometimes our nature will override our brains, and you have to know yourself. And there's certain things you have to practice, in order to stay away from danger. You have to, in my case, I would never allow the opposite sex into my space, because my space was already occupied with my wife. That's all I wanted in it, but I would never allow, the opposite sex into my space. And as far as my friends, male friends, I never really had many male friends. I've always believed in short visits makes long friends. If I see you, occasionally, yes, we become friends. But if I see you too often, I got a problem with that. I don't want to see you that much. So in my book, short visits makes long friends.
That's right.
So, okay, so I got to interject. Do y'all think you had this view because you married so young? So for everybody that don't know this, my parents were married at the age of 20. So speaking from somebody,
2022.
2022. So they were young. So speaking from somebody like me that I haven't been married, but I have friends of opposite sex, same sex. Do you think it would have been different if y'all were married later and y'all had established different relationships?
No. Because like I said in the beginning, when you make that vow to God to be with that person, you forsake all others. Period.
That's the part.
Period.
.com, as my girl Tamar would say. You don't need anybody else.
See, she just said .com like Tamar would say. I've never been that type of person for Tamar, because I've never liked drama.
Yes.
I've never liked that. Wendy, I never liked drama, So when you allow people to get that close to you, then now you have a problem. You have a problem. So the best thing to do is to make sure everybody keep their distance from my relationship. I don't receive pop calls in my house. Oh no, I don't play that. I don't receive phone calls because I'm not a socialist. I'm not out there socializing and involved in the world, And at you all's age, I feel you all are socialists. You love it. There's no way around it, and sometimes you're not willing to give it up. But once you make that commitment to love somebody, all that gossip and all that stuff is out the door. It's no longer knocking on your door. So whatever you do, you make sure that your friends outside of your relationship maintain their distance.
That's right. You don't let them in.
Make sure.
You don't let them in.
That's good. This is good information.
Kyra said, "Button your shirt, Daddy. You showing too much sex."
No, she did that.
I did that.
She said, "Show your hair."
I did that. I didn't want to see that taco meat.
She said, "Show your hair." So I said, and she said, "No." So she, but I didn't have nothing to show.
He's so crazy. He's so crazy. He's so crazy.
All right, I'm ready.
Go ahead.
Okay, I was trying to look at some of the comments.
They're picking on me in the comments.
I've never met Mr. Jones before, and I feel like I've known him for years. My daddy's good people, Mike. Absolutely. What's that say? Lisa
Marie, they sound like you and Chris. Watch this soon.
Yes.
Okay.
Marlia, you listening?
I'm giving it the best listen I can give with these 2 ears. I'm giving it the best listen I can. Okay.
H-E nod to friends.
You can have friends, but you just don't share it. Because, like, let's do something as an example. Girl, he just made me so mad. Girl, I can't go nowhere. I can't get no babysitter, blah, blah, blah. My husband, well, girl, why don't you leave your husband? You ain't got to go through that. That's when you stop it. When you tell a person if you're upset or something is wrong, and what do they say first? They want you to leave him. I don't know why you put up with that. I wouldn't. So to keep mess down, you don't discuss it.
Hello.
And you know what? I am the single friend. I am always the single friend. But when I talk to my friends, I try to keep it in a positive space. Like I don't want to tell one of my friends, "Oh, girl, you should leave him." Don't leave him, because guess what? You ain't gonna say. You ain't gonna say I told you to leave him. So you do what you want to do, and I'll just be here to support you however I can. That's what I'll do. But I think that was good advice.
I do too.
To keep
Let me call you back. I'm on a podcast. Bye-bye.
No.
This is live, people.
This our grandson. This our grandson.
I'm sorry. Let me interject. That was very, very rude. But there's 5. There are 6 people that I would drop anything from. And that's my oldest Tyra, my youngest Chandra, my son-in-law, and my 3 grandsons. They are my life. And if they need me or need him, we are there. And that was Juice. So I had to answer it and tell him I'll call him back later.
I like this. So, Roby, hey, Shalika. She says, how do you maintain your togetherness without complete isolation of all others?
Oh, I'm not totally opposite.
Right.
I have friends. I'm a very involved person. Before this COVID,
the term isolation.
Isolation. Oh no, I used to work. I had associates. I have friends. I have relatives. I do things, but I just don't let anybody into our personal circle.
Okay.
I don't share our goodness. I may talk mess, but I'm not gonna let anybody inside. Oh, Roby, no, you have to have friends. You have to get away. I'm gonna tell you something that saved our relationship. Not saved it, but helped it and made it stronger. When we first got married, my husband was in the Navy, and every week he was gone at least 24 to 48 hours. So what did that do? That gave me space. That gave me time. I could do what I had to do. See, back in the day, we didn't go to the nail shop. We may go to the beauty shop, but I did whatever I wanted. And even though I was in other cities, as you can tell, I'm an extrovert. I never had a problem meeting friends. So I had friends and associates. We used to shop. We used to go out to dinner. However, when Tom came home on Friday, the dinner was ready. Everything was done. Whatever he needed was there. So it gave me a chance to be me because we had this separation. And even when he got out the Navy, we have our space, we have our time, and you have to have that because we're individuals.
So you gotta have space, but you gotta have some togetherness. I'm with it.
Yeah.
Okay, did we have any other questions? She said it's something about a Southern man. There is a difference. Okay.
Thank you, EJ.
She said she know newlyweds where there should be complete togetherness. I believe everybody needs space, whether you just regular friends. Like we need some time alone. Hello, let me gather my thoughts to get it together.
So is there too much personal space?
Yes.
Yes.
Let me tell you something. You remember? Okay, let me tell you something. I'm gonna use this as an example. When you were dating, since I'm a girl and I raised girls, you know how you say you be home before 2:00.
I was like,
and when they were teenagers, they had curfews. However, 2:00, what happens? The bars are closed. And if you come in here after 2:00, there's a problem for him and for me. Tell you funny, I saw my girlfriend is watching Gwen, and we had hey Gwen, we had
I love it. Hi Gwen.
We had a day out, right? So Tom let me go out with the girls. Oh, it was about 5 or 6 of them. We had fun and went back over another friend's house and we had drinks and eats and laughing and playing cards, blah, 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 blah. So the next thing you know, it's about midnight. I said, well, I got to get ready to go home, and sat on the couch and fell asleep. And nobody woke me up. And when I came to, I heard the birds. It's about 5:30. I'm like, Oh my God. So I go in the house, stripping. I didn't know he wasn't sleeping. He looked asleep to me. And I tiptoed and got in the bed. Girl, 10 minutes later, woo, but I deserved that. All it would have took was me to call him to let him know I was okay. And I forgot. But I lied. I said, I've been right here. And then I went to crying. I couldn't lie.
See, what actually happened was, what actually happened that night was she depended on her friends
to wake me up.
She depended on her friends.
That's what
and a friend wouldn't have never let her go through that.
Amen.
Never.
And that taught me.
You know, and sometimes, you know, even though you know, the friends are involved in your life, you still have to maintain your distance. You have to let them know. You have to let them know that where my priorities are. I mean, wow, I don't even know the word for it, but you have to take heed to other people's feelings. You know, I mean, wow, I couldn't even find the word that I needed right there.
I'm here to interject. A friend, and I'm gonna go with Nikki. A friend would never allow that to happen. You go say, friend, wake up. What time you got to be home?
That's right.
When you try to lay down, like,
what's going on?
Having no problem.
I didn't y'all answer that question on your own.
Yeah,
like, that's friend, and they'll be like, I'll be like, well, what time you got to be home because I'm gonna be out late, and I respect your marriage,
right?
So you might can't hang with me
because I can hang.
I can hang.
But you know what that taught me? That taught me I will be on my own accord at any and every time. And you never lie, because when you lie, it gets bigger. And he just looked at me. I'm gonna see. Why didn't you call? You know, and I felt so guilty. And I learned my lesson, but I ain't never do that no more.
But I'm gonna comment on Alex. You should just know it's like, to me, a level of respect, and maybe it's different from what people have seen.
Yeah,
I know if I'm going someplace doing something, or I'm with my friend that's married or in a relationship, I'm gonna ask them, like, if we go into the casino after the bar closed, you about to hang out this late with us? Because I know if I'm in a relationship, I ain't about to be hanging out super late, and my friends know it.
But then that goes back to self. That was my responsibility to handle it. When I felt that I was a little bit too tipsy to drive, I should have called him and said, come get me.
Yeah.
And he would have came and got me. Because
or you should never drink like that.
Yes.
You know, you should never feel I'm by myself that I can consume alcohol to the point that I have no more control over myself.
Right. You have to always be in control.
My dad always told me, you don't want a woman that's had more men than you have women. You don't want a woman that drinks and get as high as you do. You don't want that because there is no control. Once you start drinking to the point that there is no control, there shouldn't be a relationship.
Right. Ooh, wow. People in the back. Woo.
I have to really give it to Tom and Dorothy, you know, mom and dad.
Let me just end there. I see my little cousin. So with that being said, do you believe married people can't be friends with single friends?
I wouldn't, you know.
Essence, I'm sorry.
Yeah, because see, that little statement right there, to me, it interfered in what I was saying. You know, I don't think that my wife should have stopped me from talking, because I was speaking of my mom and dad, you know, the way they taught me, you know, and that's the reason I said from the jump street, I've always been a pleaser. I try to make sure everybody is happy. And you know, she made me lose my train of thought, you know, when she want to read down what's at the bottom.
Sorry,
down
I shouldn't be reading.
You know, because we've already talked about friends are limited. You keep friends to a distance.
See how easy he could check me, and I'm quiet.
I like that checker, Daddy. Not quiet.
So speaking of this idea that we have of checking, Mama Jones, in the last response, you said I had to ask Tom if he'll let me. Is that what she said?
Yeah, she said if he let me go out and hang.
What that mean?
Okay.
I don't know what it means.
I'm sitting in the back of the church, Mom.
I know what that means.
What that mean?
When you have a mate, there's mutual respect.
Okay.
I'm an individual. I know I can do what I want when I want because I can. However, when I respect my husband, I know I have to think of him and what he may feel. Okay. So I don't have to ask for permission, but I do. I will say, look, this weekend the girls are hanging. Mom says she will handle the kids. Do you have a problem if I hang with the girls?
Okay.
You see the way I did?
It's a respect thing.
Yes.
Respect.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And the same thing with him. He'll say, hey babe, you don't have nothing you need me to do tonight or nothing. You know.
See, I'm not that macho that I will just do what I want to do when I want to do it in the way I want to do it, because I understand I have responsibilities. I have a family, you know, and I have to get permission. I cannot afford to go out and spend money, you know, the way I want to, and not think about my family. That's the reason. I have no problem asking my wife, can I? Once I said, can I, she's aware that that's something that I would like to do. Okay. And the same for her. If she said, Tom, can I know it's something she want to do because she's asking. Okay. You know, so keep it simple.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And I won't do anything that he doesn't know about. Because like I said, we didn't grow up in all this technology. It was back in the day, you keep a quarter in your shoe in case I had to get to the phone booth and call for help. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I know he needs to know where I am, who I'm with, and what I'm doing at all times.
Okay.
I agree with all that.
I appreciate it.
I respect it.
I appreciate the notes.
Okay, what's the next one? Okay, let's do this. All right, so this goes back to how Daddy just laid the check down real smooth, and Mama tried to, you know, cut him off and change it. See, I like that. So, Daddy, would you describe Mama as submissive? And Mama, do you think you're submissive?
Submissive?
Yes.
Yeah, I think she is to me.
Right, that's what I mean.
You know, oh yes, and I'm the same for her. You know,
the Bible says.
You know,
the Bible. Tell them, Mama, what the Bible said. Tell them what the Bible said.
No. You want to interrupt.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. The Bible says the man is the head. God is first. The man is the head of the family. And women, you will be submissive to your husbands.
And the same, you know, the Bible also states that the husband has no right to deny the wife the same privileges that she, you know, give him. You know, it's all in a divine order that people should honor and treat each other the way they want to be treated.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's it.
That's it. That's it right there.
I love it. That was good.
Mm-hmm.
Because I did ask that because a lot of men nowadays, I feel they complain that women are not submissive. Women are afraid of that word, but I think it comes a lot to be submissive. People are not just going to start off being submissive.
Right.
So did you wait to marriage to submit to Daddy, or was that something you did like once y'all got real serious?
After y'all distinguished that you was his wife and he was your husband.
After y'all bus slide.
Yes.
You know, yeah, from the bus slide day, it was like I said, we were married from that point on. You know, it was, you know, hey, you know, and I know my mom's probably watching today, and you know, I feel kind of, you know, scared that what she gonna tell me later. But Mom, I love you, and I want to thank you and Dad for instilling values in me. You know, thank you.
Yeah.
We have
a question from the audience.
Maya, because she making me another drink, because this is too good. I'm sorry, y'all. This is a pink Cadillac, and it is absolutely delicious. And she keep making mine small. But I need to stop, because my daddy said, don't no man want a woman that drink more
That's
than
what he said.
But this is my show. And he know I'm drinking right now.
That's not what he said.
Right.
We learned today. What he said
When you
was
drink, when you drink to the point that you're not able to communicate.
Oh no, that's not me.
Okay, ask the question.
I can always talk. Okay, this is the question. Do you believe in taking trips without each other? How do you maintain familiar relationships when the family member may not mesh well with your spouse? So 2 questions. Okay. Do you believe in taking trips without each other?
I'm going to have to say yes, because my husband allowed me to. Not once, not twice, but several times. I'm a good
just say my time. Everybody needs space.
Yes, and I asked for permission.
My time.
But he's right. And the first time we were living in Philadelphia, I'll never forget it. And you know, I was going through some things because I hated the Navy, but I hated my husband being in the Navy. Well, anyway, the girls at work were planning a trip to New York, and it was just a one-day trip. We leave Friday night, spend the night, and we come back. No, it was 2 nights. Come back Sunday, and we went to see. I'll never forget it. Timbuktu with what was a little cat woman. Oh, anyway, Tom told me hurry up. So I asked, could I go? And he said yes with no problem, and gave me the money, and I had a good time. And vice versa. Yes, you have to be able to allow, because you need that space and head space.
So, Daddy, have you ever traveled with Mama outside of the Navy? Without Mama, outside of the Navy?
Oh yeah. You know, as a matter of fact, a couple of years ago, I went to see my uncle in Carolina, and I left Carolina and I went to Memphis, spent time with my cousin in Memphis. And yeah, I mean, everybody has to have their own space, you know, and every now and then just a little vacation will, let me say it like this. When you're apart, you want to get back together so fast, because when you miss your loved ones, you can't wait. You can't wait to get back, you know.
So fast.
Yeah. So, everybody should have their own space.
Right.
Okay, well, let's take the second one. And if y'all notice, I am reading off my phone, because that I can't see that far. Okay. Hey, Linda. Oh, hey, Linda Morgan. How do you maintain familiar relationships when the family member may not mesh well with your spouse?
Well, I don't have to worry about that. If my family didn't, we would have a discussion, me and the family. And if they couldn't explain what was wrong or where the problem was, then we don't have to deal, because this is my ace. Okay. Boom, cool.
You know, and first of all, I always bring up, I like to please people. I believe that sometimes a person could just distance themselves to the point that there is no problem. You know, I wouldn't say my wife has a family member that I dislike.
And vice versa.
She don't have one that I dislike. Now, if one disliked me, I would try and keep my distance, but I would never try to create a problem between them.
Yeah. You it goes back to what we say, who's first? God, then him. Okay. So that's not an issue.
Okay. Good stuff. You want to do the next one?
Let's see. Okay, so I have a question, and this is from someone that was married. Was there ever a point that you thought you couldn't come back from, and what brought you back?
Ooh.
Was there ever a point I didn't think I can come back from? What brought me back? Nope.
Like if y'all got into it or something happened and you like, oh, we're getting a divorce, but then y'all didn't.
I'm gonna be honest to you. That statement right there is I have to really just cut it off, because my my spiritual beliefs, my God, the man is the head of my life, don't allow that.
See?
He don't allow it, you have to, it all comes down to making your life, your mate's life, as pleasant and as comfortable as you possibly can.
Think outside of yourself.
Right.
Right. That's about going back and not being selfish. You have to remember that there's another person that you're involved with, and you have to think in terms of whatever I do affects the family and vice versa. So you're not going to do anything that would cause any issues.
Right.
And I've never been to a point where I didn't think I can come back. And the only thing that would have done that would have been another woman. This other trivial is good.
And speaking of another woman, I believe that's why our relationship has lasted so long. She have never given me the problems of another man, and I've never given her the problems of another woman.
Look at that. High five from over here.
Hey, that's my angel.
He's mine. No, sorry. That was about to be the wrong
one. You just have to, everybody has an upbringing, and within that upbringing, if you value your spiritual beliefs, your teachings from your parents, if you value any of them and you use it in your everyday life,
right.
Use it in your everyday life, you won't have any problems.
Right, because by having children, I thank God that they gave me time, and we have these two beautiful girls. And I had to always keep in the front of my mind, whatever I do, children are like sponges. Mm-hmm. Any and everything you do, say, they suck it up. Mm-hmm. They emulate you. And I never wanted my children to see me in a position of disrespect, being hurt, being to the point where I embarrass me, embarrass my husband.
Okay, you got something going on.
I don't want that to go.
We do, Danny. You got that.
Something going on. I'm confused.
We both confused. We looking like
what?
Who's that hanging in the window? What?
No, I was looking at you. I was looking at you all's facial expression.
Like, was saying something wrong.
Yeah, like you know how your smoke alarm beep. Boop,
yeah,
boop, and I was looking at y'all's facial expressions, and I just whispered to the wife, let them handle theirs.
Sorry. Our producer / security is on it.
Yeah.
I have a question that was texted to me. It says, is there a rule that you live by for handling finances as a couple?
Yeah, let me say this. Yeah, I'm
let me forget my point, okay?
Write it down.
Okay.
That's that lemon squeeze, y'all.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Finances. I'm gonna tell you, I'm pretty poor with money. I'm a spend freak. Sometimes I spend money just because I got it, So I'm like this.
Kyra, listen.
Whoever in the relationship can control the money, they should be the ones to handle the money.
Can I say something?
I have no problems depositing my money into my wife's account.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. We just got her son. Put your face in the camera. Oh, thank you, son.
Hey, how you doing, young man?
Oh, thank you.
Wear your mask.
Mama, this is her son. He got it's an invisible mask. It's new. It's clear. Oh, he got a Valentine.
He brought some Valentines.
So we were nervous because we didn't know who was at the door and we didn't have delivery. And
you see how I found the picked up?
See, that was that facial expression.
You see how your dad picked up? You saw his baby. I must say something about money. Let me tell you this joke. I wrote it down. We had just got married, right? And so Who the head of the house? The man. So Tom handling all the money and everything. And so this particular day, I wasn't doing this. So I went to check, but I said, "Oh wow, baby, we got a couple extra dollars. Is it okay if I go shopping for me, you, and Kyra?" He said, "Yeah, girl, I went shopping. I bought everything. I bought Kyra because Kyra was just starting to walk. I bought her some high tops. I bought him some plaid pants, and I bought me a plaid outfit." Wait a minute.
And I still wear that shirt to this day.
Wait a minute. 3 days later, I started getting these dunning notices and shut up. And I'm like, "Tom, what's going on?" He's like, "I don't know." He had added instead of subtracting. And I spent all the money. So after that day, he let me
But
take
see,
it over.
you know, and you know, my wife was majoring in accounting, and I feel, wait a minute, no, seriously, I feel the person that has the experience in that field should handle all the bills.
And not until that day.
You know, so I don't have a problem,
We could agree
you
to
know,
disagree.
giving my wife my money. I don't have a problem with that.
No, he's good about that, and I appreciate that.
Let me make sure that answer. So you said you don't have a problem giving, so you don't mind like her controlling the finances. So basically what I'm hearing, the person that's best with controlling the finances, paying the bills is the ones that do it, whether it's the woman or the man.
Right, because what did you hear what he said?
We are one.
Was his is mine, or was mine is his?
Right, I was just reiterating it for the people because it got funny, the story of the plan.
I think this is really important that we all hear this from this technology generation, from this newer generation, because we have these beliefs that what's mine is mine.
Can I say something about technology? Y'all need to stay off technology. Quit telling your business and showing good stuff. That's all I got to say.
See, and I'm going to second her motion. That's why you all only get this much of me.
I get little, but you know what we do? We do get little like, yeah, little, can't just get your knee. You think you know, but you have no idea.
Right.
No.
As y'all just saw, that's my son. That's my fully grown son that just walked in.
There, like, who was that?
Who is that at the door?
What did he give y'all?
A package.
I don't know. Let's see.
We like it.
Y'all so bored. You're supposed to look at it and say thank you. Oh,
we got a musical bear.
oh.
I have to do something nice for him. We got some Victoria's Secret bombshell fragrance mist.
And some chocolate. This was nice.
Take it to the bag so it's sticking. That's what I'm talking about. Presentation is everything.
Yes, that's so nice.
Oh, sorry, I couldn't see you past my beautiful roses. I'm sorry. Did y'all see the roses? Just put them in. I got some pieces, man. I'm sorry.
Well, my Valentine's Day gift, my husband barbecued potato salad.
Stop.
Potato salad
Well, stop.
I'm saying stop. Daddy, tell us what you made and why.
I made some garlic potatoes. I made a salad and coleslaw, and I put some ribs on today. Yeah, I put some ribs in the oven, you know, because this is Valentine's Day, and the Lord had took mine to create a special rib for me, and this one right here.
Valentine's Day. That's that pimp shit.
She said what? I said what?
I'm sorry, that's the love. It was a pink Cadillac. I lost focus. I do apologize. I did. But that's that game. That's that 47-year love game.
I know. I want somebody to make me ribs because I'm their rib one day.
You see what I'm saying? You husband grilling ribs. Nigga, that's why he grill ribs, because you can grill, baby. And
who is Sunny D?
Sunny, you listen, Sunny D, you remember Avril and Jan that used to watch us?
Is that what it is?
No, Sunny D is Jan's daughter that I taught. My first year teacher, she was in 8th grade. Her name is Daria.
Tell Jan I said hi.
Yeah. Small
She
world.
said, Sherry,
Small
my
world.
mom, Jan, said, hi. Yeah, hi, Jan. Tell your mama Carol I said, hey.
So I think this will be our final question, but we want to get 3 pieces of advice that you would share for people that want to get married.
Okay, number one is you have to have a spiritual leader in your life. Two, the person that you're making this commitment to, you have to accept the fact that they're going to depend on you and you're going to depend on them. So there's a dependency there. And 3 is love. You have to care for each other and just exercise it in your everyday walking.
I say, love is trust, communication, and faith.
That's
Simple. And each one of those encompasses a lot. So if you have trust and you communicate and the faith is there, it's all right.
All right.
Look at that.
That was good.
That was good.
I love y'all.
I
Love you all. Thank you.
And I hope we gave some good information, and I really appreciate this. Like I said, Chandra, you and Marty really touched our heart to ask us to share our relationship, and that meant a lot.
Yeah.
And that meant a lot.
Thank you.
Well, you know I love y'all. Anybody that know me know my family is everything to me. FOE, family over everything. We rock hard. We talk on the phone 11 times a day. Those are video calls and regular calls.
Right.
So anybody I deal with gotta know that family will be calling at all times and or saying random.
Right. I think that's beautiful, Chandra, because we learned that from our parents. Family is first, but God is first, then family, and then everything else. And once you put it in that order, everything is
no problems.
But after you get your mate, family is not first.
You create
your mate is first. Family goes to that.
Yeah.
But you gotta understand.
Do I have 2 minutes to ask the question?
Yes.
Okay. Here's the question. Me and Tom put this to a lot of relationships because it was put to us and it made us think. Now, those that are thinking about marriage or those that are married will know the answer. If you're out on a ship and it's about to sink, and it's you, your husband, and your child, and the boat will only hold 2, who will be in that boat? Will it be husband and wife? Will it be mother and child? Will it be father and child? Who's on that boat?
I know what I was taught. I was taught the Bible says choose your spouse because you can make another baby. So it'll be husband and wife in that boat.
Right.
But I know how life is. And some people may say, I'm not going to let my kid die. But the Bible says choose your spouse.
And you know why? You know why you do that?
You're right.
Because you all created that child and you have to bear the pain and the sorrow together.
Right.
The child shouldn't have to do it.
I didn't think of that.
I didn't either.
Right. Because
Yeah.
like we said at first, love is between this one and this one. I love Kyra and Chandra with all my heart and all my soul. But this man is first in my life. And
so who you want more between me and Kyra?
We're not getting into that. We're not getting into that.
You know what? I love her.
We're not getting into that.
But no, Mama, Daddy, we appreciate y'all.
Thank you all so much.
This time went by so fast.
It did.
Thank you for having us.
It's almost 3:30. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
I am going to be renting out my parents for relationship counseling. So we will charge by the hour, and trust me, it is fully confidential. I won't know anything. I'm just booking the times and collecting the payment.
Yeah, because I got a cash app.
Cash app, I have Zelle, I have PayPal. So we will be doing like a marriage seminar coming soon. I am going to be their publicist and event planner because we all need to know this. So I thank y'all parents for comment. Everybody that commented, I thank y'all. If y'all know anything, my parents crazy and they told it.
Cutoff for counseling available soon.
Who put that? Where is that at?
That's on the.
Yes, contact me. Perfect.
I like that. My heart is touched. I feel touched. Thank you.
So, thank y'all for y'all comments. Y'all have been great for tuning in.
Yes. And we hope you all learned something, even if it was just one thing. We hope you all gathered some knowledge on what it takes to keep a relationship going, keep it positive, and so you can look forward to the relationship that you want, the things that you need to present out into the world. So
this has been another excellent episode of.
I truly enjoyed this episode. I really did.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
We appreciate it, and I love you.
Love you.
Y'all were real. Thank y'all. So we'll be talking in a few minutes to recap, parents.
Okay.
For everybody else, thank y'all. Y'all know what we tell y'all all the time.
What you supposed to do?
You supposed to wear your mask, wash it if it's reusable.
Wash your hands.
And make you some shake and enjoy drinks while putting on your sheaths, pressed nails.
And we will see you all next week, folks. Oh, special announcement too. Next week, we are going to have an esthetician in the house to talk about all things skincare.
Oh, does she need me to be her model?
We will talk about that later.
She can work on my face on air. I mean, it is flawless. Good.
We will have an esthetician here, a professional, talk about skincare and what we need to do as, people in the wintertime. So until next week, you all, have a good week.
Love you.
Love everybody.
Bye-bye.